What up, guys? Adrian from Motorcycle, and it's gonna be a big day today. I woke up, I felt absolutely terrible, and but the show must go on because I have 3 bikes lined up, including one that's gonna be a free bike for me. So that's pretty cool, getting a free motorcycle. Can't complain. It's been sitting for a few years, but I'll tell you what it is a little bit later in the video. But yeah, today's gonna be absolutely wild. First bike is gonna be a theft recovery that the police found. Second bike is going to be somebody had an accident about an hour outside the city, so we got to go and bring her bike back to a shop here in Toronto. And the third bike is a motorcycle that I'm getting for free. So I'm pretty stoked about that last one, although I'm also kind of cautiously excited. Like, I think it might be a complete shitbox and I might end up regretting it, but we'll see. Alright, I didn't want to record too much because I'm over by the police station. I don't know how they feel about that, but bike is all loaded up. Alright, so first time picking up from a police station, and not gonna lie, that was not fun. I parked kind of almost a little bit down the street, and then he's like, no, like, they won't release the bike off the property. You have to come onto the property. And I'm there, and I'm assuming it's behind some kind of fence. I don't want to go behind the fence. I don't want to be anywhere where a cop can shut a gate on me or a door on me. So I found the biggest, most open part of the parking lot where there was nothing around. And I backed it in, so I had a clear shot. If I had to gun it right out of there, I don't know what I was thinking. Like I was gonna run from the cops or something. But I was. All right, so I wait for the guy. Let's talk a little bit about what happened here. Short of this thing being red, it probably couldn't be more of an attention magnet for thieves. It's a super sport in a bright, flashy color, in an apartment building with an underground parking spot. That's how they get it. But looks like they just drilled through to try and screw around with the ignition. So that's unfortunate. And did some damage here to the tank, some scuffs, and they just joyrided it for a while. I guess maybe it ran out of gas or something. Yeah, it looks like they really did a number over here. And that's about it. So cops found it abandoned in a park. Now I guess the owner's going to spend the winter just getting it back to normal. Alright, well, this totally sucks. For those of you who saw the first towing vlog I did, I ended up running an hour early. And yeah, we're doing that again. Probably because I packed up and got out of that police station like a bat out of hell. So rather than the person who owns the second bike coming all the way to where the bike is, where she crashed and left it, I'm actually gonna detour a little bit, go to her place, get the key from her because she locked the steering, and then save her the trip by car to there, and I'm just gonna go and grab the bike and load it myself. It saves her about an hour, and I was running like 45 minutes to an hour early anyway, so I'm still gonna be half an hour ahead of schedule when this little detour is done. So not a big deal, pretty good. What do we got here? It is a, unfortunately, beat up Honda CTX 700, I believe. You can see that exhaust pipe is just completely bent. Got really smushed. Coming at you from Danger High Voltage. This is a farm, and what they farm here is solar power, looks like. So that's kind of neat. Let's take a close look at this bike. The whole back end, honestly, can't really tell if the frame is bent or just the fact that this back fender is so completely crushed. It just looks like everything's a little bit off. Kind of hard to tell. Things are all disconnected and dirty. And personally, when I was riding it, it did feel a little wonky. You can tell that her handlebar is definitely not straight. I know the bike's not really parked straight right now, but you can really see that this end's kind of way back here versus that end's way up there. It's going to a good reputable shop, so hopefully he'll be able to take a look and let him know. On one hand, you want to give people the most information that you can, and on the other hand, you don't want to make them worry for nothing. I have a suspicion that the frame on this bike might be bent. Anyway, my question is, if you guys were in my position, would you tell the customer, hey, I think your frame might be bent, or would you just drop it off to the mechanics and leave it to them to deal with? Let me know in the comments, please. I want to hear what you guys have to say. much realized. Her name is and she wiped out somewhere about an hour and a half outside the sea. So I just dropped off the second bike, so that's good news for the owner. And she gave me some money, and she said, just so you know, I kind of shopped around on this, and she goes, I just want to say thank you because your prices were on point. And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, I won't say who, but she said, I called up your competitor and he wanted $90 more for the exact same job that I did. But when somebody kind of reaches out to you with a smile on their face and says, thanks for what you did, because I know you could have charged more, but you didn't, that's a really good feeling. So that was awesome. All right, so now you guys are probably wondering what happened with the free motorcycle. It's not that bike. We get there, and me and my buddy Pat, he was only in town for like one night where he had free for us to hang out. So we get there, and the guy who I was talking to is not there, but his brother is, and his brother is angry, and his brother is saying that basically everything that this guy told me about the motorcycle was a complete lie. We look at the bike is in pieces. The bike looks like a bomb blew up. There's fenders here, panels there, there's no gas tank, who knows where that is. It was a complete disaster. So my two options that we had going into this was I was either going to take the bike for myself for free, or I was going to take the bike and drop it off at a dump for the guy. We couldn't even get this bike to move. We couldn't even push it. It was so seized up, jammed up, just would not roll. It was a big waste of time. It was a waste of gas. It was a waste of Pat's time. Pat, thank you for coming on this adventure with me. Sorry it didn't work out better, bud. But yeah, to you guys who have watched until the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please hit that like button. It would mean a lot to me. If you want more content about motorcycle towing and other motorcycle adventures, please hit subscribe. And that's it. Thanks, guys. Ride safe, but have fun. Peace.